We'll learn about kidnapping and abductions. Section 360 and 361 of IPC and Section 137 Clause 1 Subclause A and B of Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita defines kidnapping. So basically kidnapping is of two types, that is kidnapping from India and kidnapping from lawful guardianship. So here it is taking a person out of India without consent. So taking or enticing is important in kidnapping from India. So enticing means to persuade someone to go somewhere by usually offering them something. So if you see these two type of kidnapping, the first is kidnapping from India. It occurs when a person takes or entice another person out of territory of India without the consent of that person or lawful authority. So the main ingredients would be taken out of India. The person must be taken out of India. And there should be a lack of consent. So the act must be done without the individual consent or lawful authority. So suppose if a person deceitfully takes another individual from Delhi to a foreign country without consent, it constitutes kidnapping from India. And the punishment would be 7 years plus fine. The second is kidnapping from lawful guardianship. So here this occurs when a person takes or entice a minor or a unsound mind. Here minor or unsound mind is important, out of lawful custody of their guardian without consent. And the ingredients would be minor or unsound mind. The person must be a minor of unsound mind. Second is lawful guardian. So the individual must be under lawful guardianship and it should be taken without the consent of the guardian. So what is kidnapping? It is taking away a minor or a person of unsound mind from lawful guardianship or out of India without consent. And what is abduction? It is compelling or inducing any person to move from one place to another by force or deceit. So unlike kidnapping, which primarily protects minor or a person of unsound mind, abduction is a border offense that involves force, deceit or inducement to move a person from one place to another. So the ingredients of abductions would be the accused must either use force or trick to the victim. So force or deceit is there. So the movement of person is essential. Movement is essential. Victim must be taken from one place to another. Applicable to all individuals. Unlike kidnapping, abduction applies to any person regardless of age or mental capacity. And it should be without that person's consent. So here in kidnapping, the victim age is only of minor or a person of unsound mind if it is kidnapping from lawful guardian. Here it can be any person. Consent of a minor is irrelevant in kidnapping, and here in abductions, if the victim consent voluntarily, it is not abductions. So the use of force or deceit is not necessary in kidnapping. In abductions, it is essential element, the force, inducement and deceit is important. Kidnapping is a one-time offense, so as soon as the victim is taken away, it becomes kidnapping. Here it is a continuous offense, so as long as the person is being moved by force, it becomes abductions. So the type of offense, so kidnapping is a substantive offense, which means it is not dependent on any other crime, it is an offense in itself. Abduction is an auxiliary offense, that is, it is not punishable by itself, it must be always joined with other offense. So abduction itself is not punishable, but it becomes an offense when linked with criminal intent. That is, it recognizes several aggravated forms of abduction. Suppose abductions to murder, abductions for ransom, abductions to confine a woman for forced marriage, abduction for unnatural offense, etc. So abduction itself is not a punishable offense. It must be joined with other offense like murder, ransom, etc. So the punishment in kidnapping is independent. So as I said, it is punishable for 7 years and fine. Abduction has no independent punishment. It is dependent on other crime. That is abductions for murder, abductions for ransom, etc. Let's see one case law of kidnapping. It is State of Haryana versus Rajaram. So here the court emphasized that the consent of a minor is legally immaterial. Even if the minor willingly goes with the accused, it is still kidnapping, and if done without the guardian's consent. And the case law for abduction would be Syam Babu versus State of Uttar Pradesh. So here the court reaffirmed that continuous movement necessary for an act to be classified as abductions. So continuous movement should be there. So this is all about kidnapping and abduction. So if you like this video, do subscribe my channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you.